All right, welcome everyone to another exciting edition of Saturday Cup of Joe. Hello. I am your host. I have Bill on here as well. Bill, say hello to everyone. Unmute yourself, Bill. It's okay.
Good morning.
Awesome, 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 awesome. So this has been a very challenging week for me emotionally. Some of you guys, for the first time ever, I sent out a video and I just cried like a baby. I don't know what happened, but I poured my heart out to my boy Owen. From all of you who did not know, he just has been diagnosed with some type of cancer, and it just hit me because I love my brother. And Bill and I has also been with him discussing some great things about our faith and all that, and it just hit me. It was like one of my children. So I apologize to all y'all who's seeing that softer side of Lim. Hey, I can't help it. I have 4 sisters, and my mother raised me. So, hey, that's just the way it is. I'm a mama's baby, and that's just what it is, all right? There's nothing wrong with that, and I ain't even worried about it. So, that's right. So, with that being said, I hope everyone has had a great week. No matter what, I want you to keep pushing on. You might have some struggles this week. Well, that's okay. It's Saturday morning. It's time to sip on some knowledge. This is actually news and great information for the entrepreneur. It's medicine for you, baby. So we're going to bring on a special, awesome guest. I was just telling her in the beginning, I met her a long time ago, and it's just weird how I am actually getting to talk with her and speak with her live on the internet. And I was kind of nervous today. I was like, man, because last night, I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. So with that being said, if you've ever had to start all over, I mean start all over. I don't know what the circumstances were. If you just had to start all over, this lady is going to shed some light on you. There's something great in all of us, you know, and she's going to tell you how to get over the obstacles, what to do, and things like that. So with that being said, Alicia Lyttle, thank you for joining us, lady. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna pretend I have my own audience here, you know. Oh, there it is. There it is. Good
you guys
morning.
Are great.
Thank you. Good morning. So tell us where you're calling from today.
I'm in Kingston, Jamaica right now, on the beautiful island of Jamaica. I'm in my office in Kingston, yes.
Jamaica. Bill, you ever been to Jamaica before?
No, I you know what? I've been wanting to go. I hear it's really beautiful, so.
It is. It's really beautiful. I moved here full-time last year, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Wow. So that is awesome. I really thank you. I want to thank you for, you know, taking the time out to talk with us. And also I want to give a shout out to Rebecca and Sunita. I want to give a shout out to you, to my new best friend. Also, you guys are awesome. I had to get my shout outs there because, you know, I'll forget. I'll get in the moment and I'll forget. But Alicia, tell us, lady, how long have you been in this industry?
This is my 15th year in the industry, and I love it. I love it. Me and my sister always say we live the laptop lifestyle. It's like wherever our laptop is, that's where we're working. So, you know, I'm an internet marketer, a social media marketer, a local business marketer. It all kind of comes under digital and online marketing. That's what I do. I do work for clients, work for my own company and my own products, and we have a large staff that does work for clients, different client work.
Nice, nice, nice. So you truly a superwoman. You do it all. And you know what? I want to just really take my hat off to your. It's your sister, right? Lorette.
Correct, Lorette,
yes,
my sister, yeah.
Wow, she has been a stepping stone in your life. I mean, the stories you tell, and I'm here. I'm like, what a great sister. And, you know, I was telling people not too long ago, you need to have someone in your corner. I don't care who it is, find someone, get someone, because they're going to get you through the hard times. And I'm listening to your story, and I'm like, wow, that's that lady in the corner.
Yeah, so, she's awesome.
Awesome. So where are you from, actually?
Yeah, so I was born in Michigan. I was born in Ann Arbor, Michigan, but my dad is from Jamaica, and my mom is from Guyana, and the two of them met in Spain on vacation, and that's how my sister and I came about. So we're Guyanese Jamaican, you could say. So
right.
Yeah, so while I'm in Jamaica, my grandmother doesn't live far from my office. She turned 100 last year, so she'll be 101. in a few months. And so, yeah, I'm in Jamaica. My family's here, a lot of families here, and this is where I set up business, and we're loving it.
100 and wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How about that? What kind of water is she drinking?
I coconut water. That's what I've heard. Coconut, lots of it.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. That is so awesome. Wow. Well, tell me something. How were you as a teenager?
Yeah, so as a teenager, so Lorette, who we were talking about, is my little sister. She's 2 years younger than I am. And as teenagers and preteens, we were little entrepreneurs. So we always talk about our first business. We were, I don't know, maybe I was 12 and she was 10, and we used to make bracelets. Back in the day, there were these plastic bracelets that were popular, and we would sell them at the water park. And we teamed up with a vendor at the water park where she would get a percentage of the income we made from these bracelets. So we were young entrepreneurs, and I think we got a lot of that from my parents, who were also entrepreneurs. Although my dad was working, he was working as an engineer, my parents were, you know, always had their little side businesses. You know how Caribbean people do it. They always have their side hustle going on.
Right.
Me and my sister learned at a very young age to start businesses, and we did, and we were very successful in them. And although we were, you know, she was the athlete. In fact, she went on to get a full scholarship for golf for high school and college, and she went on to be a professional golfer, and she's toured on the ladies golf tour. I focused on academics, and you know, I got a scholarship for my grades for college and my master's degree and my PhD, which I didn't finish, but I started. But yeah,
the effort counts.
Yeah, but as teenagers, we were definitely, we always say we had our side hustle going on.
Hey, you have to start early, trust me. If you don't have any passion then or desire back in the day, then it's going to be kind of hard to get it now.
It's true.
Yeah.
True.
That is awesome. So for most of you who do not know her, I remember when I was working my job and I was in the gym. Penny, shout out to Penny. Anyway, I was at my job and I was vacuuming the gym, and I remember I had negotiated to clean the gym in my salary. I thought I was doing good. I was this big negotiator, right? But it worked out, you know, and I was listening to some motivational stuff, and I always listened to Les Brown, a few other guys, but I remember hearing Les Brown bringing you on his show, and I thought, what? And I was like, is this the same lady? I was like, oh, man, I've got to do something with my life. I was like, are you kidding me? This woman is big time. And you know what's funny? You really, really helped me a lot. I really started studying a little bit more of what you were doing and the things that Les was hammering you with, the questions, and what if a person's like in jail and they want to get out of jail and they want to work and all this, and you were just pow, pow, pow. And I was like, oh, my God, she's good, you know? And then it took a full circle because I remember your past life with your ex-husband and all that. I remember going into the membership sites and hearing your voice, and you were doing everything. And I thought, wait a minute, where is he at? But I kept hearing you, and it just came all weird. It came together just recently, and I thought, oh my God, this lady did it all. You did it all. And just tell us a little bit about your past and, you know, where you got started with all of that.
Sure. So I was actually working at the White House. I was an environmentalist back then. So I was a professional tree hugger before I became an internet marketer. And
time out. Did you say the White House? The White House? White House?
Yes. I was working an environmental job there. Anyway, one of my friends put me on Match.com because I was single, and somebody reached out to me who I would eventually marry and later divorce,
right.
But he wanted to start an online business and he wanted to sell stuff online. So I started like immersing myself. This was the year 2000. And how do you sell stuff online? How do you make money on the internet? I was listening to interviews, and back then it was just teleseminars and reading everything that I could. And in our first year of selling products online, which was the year 2000 going into 2001, we made $500,000 selling products online. And I remember one of our first products that we sold was a book, and a CD. It was information, right? So it was knowledge that was put into a book and a CD. And we sold it for $297. But I produced the book and the CD, and it cost me $4.87 to make it. And it was like such a huge profit margin. I was like, I love the internet. And so, fast forward, we did really well, and we were selling products over a long period of time, and traveled the world teaching people how to make money on the internet, and sold a bunch of different products, not just make money on the internet type products, but you know, how to do all sorts of different things, how to put on makeup, whatever, just informational products. And my sister joined us in the year 2003, and we built a really big business. In fact, in 2010, well, let me tell you about 2007. In 2007, it's when I kind of had a real awakening about the power of the internet and informational products and selling products. So in 2007, my accountant came to me and handed me the tax statements that I had to sign, right? So as I looked at the tax statements, it said my name, Alicia Lyttle. Sometimes I show it in a PowerPoint because it was really a turning point. And it said, you know, the total amount of income that we made, and it was $2.789 million. And I looked at that, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know this year was that great. And so it really was a turning point, because at that time I was also finishing my PhD. And needless to say, I kind of left the PhD on the back burner and continued to pursue internet marketing. In the year 2010, best year ever. We were making just a ton of money, right? And so that year we made $6 million on the internet. Wow. But in August of that year, I got a phone call from my now ex-husband's assistant, and her name's Jennifer. And when she called me, she was like, hey, Alicia, you know that trip your husband's going on? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, it's not with the guys like you think. I checked his cell phone because he left it on the table, and he's going with one of your students' daughters. And, you know, he's having his little trip. And I was like, oh. And I wasn't shedding a tear because, you know, I was out of love anyway, right? We were just business partners at that point. Okay. So she's like, you've got 5 days to pack your stuff and get out of there. So my parents came, my sister came, packed up some stuff, gave away most of my stuff, 2 suitcases, a laptop, and a cell phone, put it in the car, and drove down to my sister's house. So me being, you know, naive, I was like, oh, we'll split everything and work everything out. Yeah, big mistake number 1. By the time I got to my sister's house, do you know what happened? All my cards were canceled, bank account name change, everything was just gone, right? So I'm sitting at my sister's house, and I'm like, oh, because me and her were running the business together, right? So I'm sitting at my sister's house. I'm like, we've just been locked out of everything, our database, our products, the membership site that you were part of. I mean, my sister and I ran it. We did the webinars every Wednesday. We were locked out. We got replaced, right? So everything was just gone in an instant. Imagine, you know, your credit cards don't work, your checks don't, you can't write checks anymore, like nothing works. And so, you know, as I was going through my divorce, it was a really difficult divorce, and he was really bad about the divorce. But as he took away everything from me, I had a decision to make. I was sleeping on my sister's sofa, and I was like, oh gosh, I could just, you know, give up and just give in and get a job and say, you know, nobody would blame me. I mean, my parents, my friends, they were all like, I can't believe it. I went from a 12,000 square foot mansion to, you know, nothing to
wow, sleeping on the couch.
I have my car and my phone.
Oh, wow.
And so I knew that I had 2 choices, right? Just to give up, and nobody would blame me. Everybody would say, you know what, just you deserve it. You can't believe what you've gone through. Or I could get up off of that sofa and start all over again. And my good friend Les Brown always says, you know, if you fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
Get up, baby. That's right. That's right.
I'm like, you know what? I can still look up. And here was just a big change in my life that I tell people all the time, and that is someone can take everything away from you. They can take away all the money that you have, all your material possessions, but one thing they can never take away from you is your knowledge. Because once you have the knowledge about how to build a business, how to create your own opportunities, you can rebuild like that. So I was like, all right, that fool might have taken away everything from me, my database, my products, my sister's products. He went in and changed the domain names that we own. She couldn't log into the courses that she had built 5 years ago. Everything was gone. So I'm like, you know what? He can take away everything, but he can't take away my knowledge because I know how to build businesses. So I looked at my sister. I said, we have 0 right now, but we can add a lot of zeros to our bank account if we start over. Are you in? And of course she said, I am in. And you know the best revenge is massive success, right? Oh, yeah. So me and her rocked it. We created our products. We started selling products. We did webinars and Google Hangouts. The knowledge that we had, we started turning it into courses and products again. We started getting clients and rebuilt a really big business really quickly. And from then on, it's just been, you know, rebuilding and expansion and growing and multiplying our businesses. And it went from, you know, not having any staff, just me and her, to now in Jamaica we have 31 people on staff that come into our office. I'm in my office right now.
Right.
And she has a team of 13 that work out of the Philippines and a few Americans. Yes, we do hire Americans as well. She has a few Americans on the team. But, I mean, we have clients, we have banks, we have insurance companies, car dealerships. We do social media marketing and internet marketing. But the point of this story is that knowledge is the best currency that you can ever have. Invest in knowledge. I like what you guys are doing here because what you're doing is you are giving people the best currency that they could ever ask you for. It's better than you handing them money. You're teaching them. You are inviting experts on to teach them what, you know, what will take them to the next level in their life. So yes, I place so much value on knowledge. And so what I like to tell people is you can turn your knowledge into profits. What you love to do and your passion is your best currency.
You are so correct. You are right on the money, and everything you're saying, I'm just over here smiling. You know, normally I have loads of questions, but today I'm just like on cloud 9. I don't know what to say. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. You're right on it, and that is so awesome that you and your sister has just taken that to the next level. Now, was there a time where you were almost there and something just completely wiped you back down, or did you just keep looking through? Because I know we almost get to that point, and we know we're there, but then there's something that's going to slap us in the face again, and we're just like hearing that demon in our head like, nah, you sure about this? Has that ever happened or occurred in y'all's business in time?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it happens to a lot of people. So you can be working on a project, like, all right, here's the project, and you're this close to getting to the end of the project, but you're afraid of success, because what happens when you reach your goals? You've been working so hard to write that book, you launch that product, but once you do it, then what's next? It's a very scary thing, right?
Right.
So as we were working on different projects, yeah, absolutely, we would come this close and be like, it's not ready yet. It's not perfect. But as I would tell my sister, I was like, you can't make any profits waiting for perfect. Right?
That's
so
true.
We need to get out there and we need to launch products. I'm a starter and my sister's a finisher. I can start projects, I can have the ideas, and she will finish them off. So when you find a business partner, you find somebody to work with, identify who's the starter and who's the finisher and say, look, I'm the starter, you're the finisher, let's get this product done. And then,
Bill, where you at, Bill?
there are plenty of times too when you're working on a project and it's that, as me and my sister were rebuilding, you know, we're building back up, but I still constantly got my ex-husband throwing different lawsuits at me and just doing the best. He spent a ton of money to try to pull down my reputation. When I say a ton of money, I mean we're talking $100,000 or more probably in trying to, pull me and my sister down. So he harassed every promoter that had us on stage. I mean, so constantly we were getting thrown a bunch of crap at us to try to bring us down, you know? And if we would have let it, of course, it would have put me into depression. There were times when I cried. I was like, Lord, why me? You know?
Right.
Just leave me alone and let me move on with my life. But, you know, I really learned that you have to take that crap that someone's throwing at you, catch it, put it on the ground and step on it so that you can keep climbing higher. So I was like, you got more rocks? Throw more rocks at me. Keep coming, you know? Throw it at me because I need to climb higher. So I would just catch all the crap, throw it on the ground, and keep climbing higher. And that's the way that I had to think about it. And I knew that every challenge that was thrown at me, especially the challenges that I didn't think were fair, you know, we as motivational speakers and teachers, we don't like to tell people, you know, well, there are things that are going to come at you that you don't think are fair or that you don't deserve. But we all say it. The best of us say it, right? We say, right, this is not fair. I don't deserve this. Why is this happening to me? You have to catch yourself when you're saying that and say, you know what? It might not be fair. I might not deserve it, but I'm going to use it to build a bigger business. I'm going to use it to pull myself up, and that's what we were able to do. Now we teach people how to duplicate our success. So in Jamaica right now, going on while I'm doing this, I'm in the back office, but in our training room, we actually have 40 to 50 people. I haven't been out there yet this morning, but it'll be about 40 to 50 people that we're training how to work online. And we teach them the basics of turning your knowledge into profit. So what are you passionate about? What can you do? Let me give an example. If you love writing, can you write a short story? Can you write an article or a press release? Even if you can't write a press release, there's this website called Google where you can go to Google and type in how to write a press release, and in 20 minutes you're a press release expert, right? We teach people, learn a skill or take the skills that you have and sell it online. And they start off with this really simple site called Fiverr. Have you heard of Fiverr?
Everyone's heard of Fiverr. Come on now.
So I tell everybody, go to Fiverr. We say everybody's heard about it because that's what we think, but a lot of people still, the 40 people in that room have never heard of Fiverr before.
That is so true.
So we take them on Fiverr and we're like, just sell one simple thing. So sell something like, I will write a press release for you. And write a press release and get the first $5 in that you make, and then build on it and look at the people that are really successful on the site and build on what they're doing and make your stuff better by modeling after success. And so a lot of our students, well, I'll give you an example of our trainers that are teaching today. They work full-time jobs, but they make an additional $1,000 to $3,800. I'm thinking of last month's numbers, working online. So while working full-time, they're making additional income working online, and anyone can do it. It doesn't matter. We've had high school dropouts. You know, this is what I was talking about on that Les Brown radio show, right?
Yeah.
See, the internet, when you're working on the internet like that, nobody knows your past, and they're not going to ask. They just want to know that you can deliver. So one of his questions to me, he was like, well, what if it's somebody who's just coming out of jail and now they have a criminal record?
And it doesn't have a computer. And I was like, wow, what is she going to say?
But the truth is that when you're working on the internet, nobody knows your past. They don't know that you are a criminal. Why would you tell them? In your profile, you're not going to write, hi, my name is Alicia and I was in jail for, you know, whatever. You're going to write the best things about yourself. Hi, my name is Alicia, and I'm a writing expert, whatever. And people will hire you based on the feedback that other people have gotten from your work and what you can deliver. So make sure that you can deliver, and anyone can start a business online. I recommend anybody who's listening to this and you're like, all right, I'm ready. I want to start a business online. I've got knowledge. I've got information products. Just go to the easiest site on the internet that gets a ton of traffic, Fiverr, Fiverr.com. Put yourself on that site, and what I recommend, we can talk about it more later, but what I recommend is that you really look at what the successful people are doing, model after success, and build a business. It's easier than you think. A lot of times, there's two things that stop people from setting up their online presence, and number one is not knowing what to do. What site do I go to first? What site can I trust? And then number 2 is just having the confidence to do it. So I'm telling you, you can do it. You know, just go out there and try, because you can do it.
Yeah, that fear is a beast for most, and you know, they might hear something, what do you think you're doing, blah blah, and then that shuts them down. But you know, I always tell people that my haters and my enemies set me up. They always set me up for success, because although they're bringing me down, they don't realize how much they're pushing me to the top. And I'm like, keep on, bring it, you know, bring it, because I know I must be doing something well for you to hate on me like that.
That's right. That's right. Yes, it's true. Very, very true.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So our audience is more of their, well, it ranges. Wow, Bill, how would you explain our audience right now? They are video marketers. They're people who actually own brick and mortar businesses. They are, wow, from all types of lands, walk of land, you know. And when you said Fiverr, I'm pretty sure all of them know about Fiverr, but they probably haven't taken the opportunity to use it. Now, I know one guy in particular who does a lot of things on Fiverr, and he is starting to learn that he should really focus on that. And if you're watching, little cousin, you should know. Because we're always sending you business, little cousin, for a reason. That should be your business altogether. Anyway, he'll call me out later. But yeah, you're right. I want to hear a little bit more about tell us a little bit about where you think video was going, Alicia.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you two know, you know, people like to learn in video. If you look at some of the top sites, one of the sites that I really love on the internet right now is udemy.com, right? Millions and millions of dollars in capital is coming into that business. And what you can do is put your courses on the site, but your courses have to be in video format. No ifs, ands, or buts. They won't make an exception for you. It has to be in video format. And then,
that I didn't know. I've seen Udemy before, but I've never actually been on the site. I've heard of it. I didn't know it had to be in video format. Wow.
Yeah, do a video course and put it on Udemy. I put my courses on Udemy, and they're selling without me doing anything. I don't promote my Udemy courses, but they're selling. So I always tell people, use video to create courses, because it is the most powerful way for people to learn. Whether you're teaching them like this or through a screen capture recording of your computer, people, I mean, come on. Not that people don't like to read books and that kind of stuff, but video allows people to be more interactive with you. It also, as a brand, allows you to build your brand better and put yourself out there more. So I've had people that, you know, are intimidated by video, but they know they should be doing it. So then they hire somebody to create their video course for them, right? So the sky is, go to Fiverr to do that, right? But the sky is the limit for what you want to do. But if you look at web pages now, the best web pages have video sales letters on them, right? People selling on video. On YouTube, YouTube is so powerful for building your brand as a business. And it goes all the way from, you know, someone like me who wants to build a brand as a speaker. The more videos I put on YouTube giving away free information and content, the bigger my brand gets, right? And then you would go to somebody like a brick and mortar business. So here's a great example. What would a pharmacy want to do with video? Like, why would a pharmacist, what would they say? All right, I own a pharmacy. How is video marketing going to help me? But here's what we do for one of our clients that is a pharmacy. We put informational and funny videos on YouTube, put those on Facebook, because that's what people watch and will connect with. So we took the doctor that owns and works at the pharmacy, and we interviewed him. What we did was we Googled for the area, like, what are the top concerns that people have health-wise, and then we interviewed him on it. So, I don't know, one was a yeast infection. So we're like, doctor, ladies are wondering about yeast infections. And his face was like, oh. Like, let's talk about it. Tell the ladies what they need to know about it and why they should come to this pharmacy to talk to you and, you know, to come set an appointment with you to get treated. And before you knew it, we put the video on YouTube and Facebook, and before you knew it, he was getting women who were coming in, whether they were looking for information on a yeast infection or not. They were coming in because he put himself out there in video, and they didn't know any other doctor or pharmacist in the area who did it. So they felt the connection with him. They got the information they needed from him. So when we went back to talk to him later, he said, wow, I have all these new clients who are, his name was Dr. Green. He's like, I have all these new clients who are coming to me from video. They saw my video and they connected with me, and now the women trust me because I'm on YouTube, right? So it's a really good case study. But I always tell people with video, it doesn't matter. It could be a personality, a speaker. It could be a pharmacy, a local business. Every single person, business out there needs to take advantage of the power of video. I have videos that have done so good for me, I can't even tell you, you know, the clients that I've gotten from using video and the clients that my clients have gotten from using video. So I always tell people video has to be part of your marketing strategy. And I do a lot of social media for clients. In fact, yesterday when my team was in here, I don't know if, let me see if I can show you without wrecking everything.
Careful now.
I know, look, my microphone will fall. We've got, those are my video team's video editing computers. I have a whole team that's just dedicated to creating video. I have 4 people in my office that all they do all day long is create video. So
wow, you know, video is so powerful. Like we've always said, you get the audience to know you, like you, and trust you. And if they have those 3 factors, they'll buy from you, and they'll continue to buy from you and talk about you and spread the word about you because you are putting yourself out there. And it just crushes me sometimes when I hear people say, well, I don't like to get on camera. I don't look that well. I'll tell them, honey, I've got prettier over time since I put myself out there. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those things, you know. And it's funny, the other day, my daughter just sent me a text, and she was like, Dad, I showed my, one of my friends asked me about you and what you did, and I showed them a picture, and they Googled you, and they sent back and said, oh my gosh, your dad is a celebrity in the United States. I was like, not a celebrity, but that's how he sees it because I put myself out there, you know.
Right.
And I started to think about that. I thought, wow, that's true. People look at you differently when they really don't know who you are, what your story is, you know, because you put yourself out there. Wow, that is awesome. So let me
tell you one more story. I was coming into, the last time I came into Jamaica, got off the plane, and I'm walking into the baggage claim area, and I hear someone calling my name, and they're like, Alicia Lyttle, Alicia Lyttle. So I turn around, and the guy comes up to me, and he says, hello, and introduces himself, and then flashes his police bag. And I'm like, oh gosh, what did I do wrong? What did I do? I'm getting called down in the airport and by a police officer. And then after he introduces himself, I'm like intimidated. I'm like, yes. And he's like, I watched your YouTube video yesterday.
That's awesome.
He's like, yeah, I recognize you from YouTube. And I'm like, okay, you should never do that to people. Like, you should not do that, Mr. Police Officer. But it was funny.
That's awesome.
That is crazy. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay, awesome, awesome. If you guys have just joined us, we're talking with superstar Alicia Lyttle. And if you are or want to see a little bit more of this interview, you can go back to the live page of Saturday Cup of Joe /live, and you can see the beginning of this. I know you will. We always get a lot of people in the replay, but let's continue on. I think you kind of told us, was Les Brown your inspiration to keep moving on? Was he the key factor, or was there others?
He is, and I have the pleasure of not only calling Les Brown a mentor and someone that I look up to, but a friend, and we've been friends for a very long time. So he's a really awesome person, and I make my staff listen to Les Brown every day. I'm like, you know, you have to listen to some motivation every day. My boot camps start off with some Les Brown. He is a powerful man and a very powerful speaker. And I've had the pleasure of traveling around the world with him and doing events with him. We do motivation and money, or mindset and money. And he talks about the motivation and the mindset, and I talk about the money. But he's absolutely amazing. And there's something that I've really learned from him, and that is that you really have to be your own motivation. So there will be plenty of times when you're like, I can't do this. This is too difficult, and you have to change what you're saying to yourself in your head, because you can do it, and it's not too difficult. And for those of us who have a hard time talking to ourselves, well, you don't have to. You can go to YouTube and type in Les Brown and listen to him tell you that you can change yourself. Because after you listen to his story, and after he's like, you have greatness within you, you start to believe it. You're like, Les Brown said I have greatness within me, so I absolutely do.
I'm going to tell you right now, and I've been telling Bill secretly in the last few months, I'm like, man, my passion, my dreams in life is to get Les Brown and interview him. And I'm like this closer now talking with you, and I'm like, I can't believe this. I just can't believe I put that into the world, and now it's going to come. I love it. Anyway.
Well, wait. Before we move on, I'm going to send him a quick WhatsApp message and tell him that he's going to come on this show with you, all right?
Wow.
See, Bill, I told you, man. I was like, it's going to happen. I just posted that to you last week. It's going to happen. You watch.
I know.
Here's his WhatsApp photo. Can you see it?
Yep.
I
love it. I love it.
Woo! Hey, Les, it's Alicia. There's this cool show that you have to come on. It's called Saturday Morning Cup of Joe. So I'm going to introduce you to the guys. Just put it on your calendar, Saturday morning. I think you're in Japan right now, but maybe next Saturday or the Saturday after, all right? Cool.
That's awesome.
Wow. Awesome. I love it. That really hits home. It's all about connections and really putting yourself out there. A lot of us sit behind the fence and we just don't believe we can do what we think we can. And you're correct. Listening to yourself, you are your own motivation. And I know you had the trying times yourself, getting yourself to move past all the issues and keep looking forward. And I think that's a lot of issues we go through, because when I was working my job, like I said, once again, I had to listen to inspiration every single day. And from this day on, I still do, and I still recommend people. But I always listen to Les Brown. And what's funny is I have a 10-year-old that we drive. We do a lot of traveling. I put that thing in the car, the audio clip. He's listening to it, and I'll make him listen to it because it has to start somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right,
and he gets it. He totally gets it. And we do homework. And I'm so blessed now I can stay at home and I can work with him and do homework from 3 o'clock till what? I think it's 7, Bill. It's every day. I'm a dad. I'm doing homework.
Yeah.
But we've reached goals. Like we have pre-test on Monday. He has to pass. There is stuff that has to be done during the week for him to get into his nerd zone, and he can't do that unless he gets past all his stuff. And that's the rules. Like this Friday, every Friday it's a struggle because it's the human in him. He goes, come on, Big Daddy, do we have to study again? Today it's Friday. I want to take a break. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to study, but if you don't pass that pre-test, you're going to be studying all week. All right, I'm going to study. Let's go. And he knocks it out. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying this because I'm trying to get him to listen to, these things that's going to help him later on, because I'm always saying, let's say we go to a restaurant and the order's wrong or something. And I'll look at him and I'll go, see, it's because this person probably didn't do their homework and listen well. They're just unhappy. But we're gonna forgive him because it's okay. We understand. He's like, okay, I get it.
I love that. My boyfriend has a son, and his son right now is number 3 in class. So, number 3 in his class, and I'm like, all right, you're number 3, but you need to be number 1, and here's the reason why. So I sit him down, and I'm like, tell me, who is the number 1 fastest man in the world? And he says, without even taking a break, Usain Bolt. Right? And I'm like, you are right. Usain Bolt is number 1. Who is number 2 fastest man in the world? And he cannot think of number 2.
Nobody knows.
I'm like, all right, let's skip number 2. Who is the number 3 fastest man in the world? Now he's really thinking. He has no idea. So I see why you need to be number one, because nobody remembers 2 and 3. So you get your grades up and you study and you be number one. The teacher will remember number one for the rest of her life, but not number 2 and 3, you know?
Wow,
And so I always tell him
awesome.
he is focused on being number one. And then every morning as we take him to school, he has to say his affirmations in the car. Okay, the first time he thought it was stupid, right? But now in the car he says his affirmations, and he says, I am number one. I am the smartest kid in the class. I am going to get straight A's. Like, you know, give them something to say. And they don't know what positive affirmations are unless somebody teaches them. They don't know why it's important to be successful unless somebody teaches them. So exactly what you're doing with your son, you need to also tell him, hey, tell your friends about this. Here's another CD. Give your friends some Les Brown, you know? And we need to start helping as many kids as we can, because the parents don't even know. They're not listening to daily motivation. When I asked you know, my boyfriend's son, what do the other kids in school do? Do they know positive affirmations? And when he went and asked, the teacher had never even heard of positive affirmations before. So I'm like, go out there and educate other people on what they are and change some other lives, you know? So I love that. I love what you're doing with your son.
Thank you. It's important. Awesome. It's important, you know, and I try to get everyone, you know, my whole family, my children, you know, all the people involved with positive stuff, because, you know, this is a world where there's a lot of crazy things out there if you invite it in your life. Like, I don't try to watch CNN. I don't do all that stuff, because I believe if we ingest in it, we're causing it to happen. That's just me. And so I'm not part of that craziness. You know, Bill, back in the day, Bill used to be stressed out when stuff, you know, started coming down the wrong way, but now he's handling it because he doesn't associate himself with stress or drama anymore, which is good, you know. I totally get that. So awesome. Wow, this has been great. Let me ask you something. Can you give us a little tips, actually those out there, how you get local marketing clients? Because I'm sure they would want to know this.
Yes. All right. Put yourselves out there. Give tips, free information. Do videos, whatever, put yourself out there. I will say the #1 way that I've gotten local business clients is by going out and speaking. I don't care if there's 5 people in the room or 500. I don't care if I'm doing it for free or getting paid. In fact, I haven't gotten paid for any of the speaking events that I've done, but I've got clients. But in the end, the amount of money is so much bigger. You know, the biggest clients I have gotten have been speaking at an event for free and giving the best content out of all of the speakers, being the #1 speaker, having people say, she knows her stuff. Don't hold any content back, because here's the thing. The local businesses, they can't do it anyway. You can teach them everything, and they're going to be like, wow, that's cool, but I can't do it. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. So let me hire you. So get out there, whether it's a Chamber of Commerce event, whether it's whatever it is, find the opportunity to get out there and speak. And if you can't speak at the event that you see coming up, go to the event, right? And so here's a good story. We're going to an event in 2 weeks here in Jamaica. I just found out of the event too late, and speakers are all the speakers are taken. In fact, all the booth space is taken. There's not even room to set up a table. So I'm talking to my staff, and they're all like, oh no, now we're going to miss it. We missed the announcements. We can't get a booth space. There's no way we're going to get clients from the event. I'm like, come on, people, think. What are you going to do? What can we do to still get out there so everybody, we might not have a booth, but we have 31 people in this office. What can we do to crash this party like a wedding crasher and get all the clients we want out of this room? And they can't think of anything. They're not really sure what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on T-shirts with a message on the back. Like, I'll just give you an example. If you're going to do video marketing for a business, we're going to put up T-shirts that on the back say, ask me how I can create video for your business, or ask me how I can get you #1 in Google. Right? So for this event, the T-shirts are going to say, ask me how I can launch your product on Amazon.com. and I'm going to make T-shirts for all 31 of my staffs, and we're going to go crash the event and pass out business cards and brochures. Who cares that we're not speaking? Okay, we didn't get a booth. Be creative, think outside the box, and crash the party. But that's the way that you're going to get clients, is being creative and getting out there. So I have gotten local business clients from putting out whatever, newsletters, writing posts on Facebook, putting out YouTube videos, but number one way is getting out there and going to live events because they want to learn new things. My sister, on the other hand, will go to a business and say something like, okay, she wants to do their Facebook marketing. She's like, I'll do it for free for a month, and if you love the results, then you pay me. But I'm going to go all out. You can see what I'm all about, because she doesn't really like to sell. She doesn't really want to speak. So she just offers her services free for a month, and then in month number 2, they cannot wait to write her a check, you know? Before month 1 is over, they're like, we want to make sure that you continue. How can we get you on month 2? And then the last way is to over-deliver for the local clients that you're working for now. So one of the things that I'm doing for, we have a fashion store. I say I'm doing, but I really have a staff that I tell them what to do, and then they do the work. But we have a fashion store that we do social media for. So every day we're selling their items on Facebook, which makes their phone ring. People come into their store. Anyway, we have some really great posts that they put on their page. So one of their, I wouldn't say competitors, but another fashion store was stealing their Facebook posts and putting it on their page, and I noticed it. So I sent someone from my staff down to their store, and because we were doing a TV commercial for the competition, right? And so we handed in the TV commercial, and they loved it. And they're like, let me ask you a question. Before we could come to them and say, y'all are stealing the post, they said, are you doing social media for that business? And we said, yes, we are. And we noticed that you're stealing our post and putting it on the page. And the owner of the business was like, well, we want you to do it for us, too. And yes, we did steal the post. We get away with it for at least 2 weeks, maybe 3. And so we all had a really good laugh about it. But that's how we got another one of our clients. They noticed something we were doing for someone else. So go all out for your clients, and other businesses will notice it, and then they'll want to hire you because of what you're doing for someone else.
Wow. That's amazing. Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close, and we're going to end this early today because I want to respect her time to get her to her training, but we're not going yet, so calm down, Alicia.
Yeah, I have a question still. So.
Oh, you got Billy started. Look,
yeah.
I told you.
I wrote my one question down. So.
All right, go ahead, Billy.
So my main thing, okay, is I like the shift. And I don't know if you ever heard that term before, but the shift when you go from employee to full-time entrepreneur, business owner, and stuff like that. And especially because you went from what most people would consider a pristine job at the White House and everything, and explain what happened, and then when you actually left, like the feeling and everything else.
Yeah, it's scary. I will tell you that it's scary. It is a scary feeling. I mean, so when you're working for someone else, it's secure. You feel secure. It's not a, you know, job security is this thing out there, but you feel secure. You feel you know, you have someone that's making sure you're going to work and doing your work, and when you make that shift to being your own business owner, guess what? All of that has to come from within, and that's a really scary thing. Like, now you start saying, what if I'm not good enough? What if I can't bring in new clients? I mean, you will work harder for yourself and in your own business than you will ever work for someone else. People think that because I'm an internet marketer and I travel with my laptop that I don't actually work that hard. I work hard. I work every day of the week. I'm always working, right? You guys know when we're entrepreneurs, we're always on, and when we're always working. The shift can be really scary, But there's nothing more fulfilling when your local business client says, hey, we built a new wing on the resort because of the efforts that you did to promote our business. Or when someone else that you help sends you a testimonial that says, hey, my kid's going to college now because I'm making money on Fiverr enough to pay for their school fee. Whatever it is, when you make that shift and you start living in your passion and you start producing in your passion, that will help other people and other businesses. The feedback that you get and the testimonials that you get will be enough to get you up in the morning, on the grind, you know? When some of the hashtags that we use in this office, it's like rise and grind, you know, or go hard or go home, or team no sleep. And that's how you have to feel about your business. You have to be aggressive. You have to be more aggressive than when you were working for someone else, right? I know that if you're working for someone else, yes, you're giving it your all, but when you're working for yourself, you have to give more than just your all, right? And so even the people that I talk to that have made that shift, and we've helped a lot of people make that shift, it's a very scary thing for most people. I always tell people, have the financial cushion that you need, especially if you have kids or a family. Have that cushion that you need to feel comfortable in leaving, and then understand that you're not going to sleep, that you're going to work your butt off, that you have to be super aggressive, that you have to be smart, that you have to be addicted to learning, and you have to find a coach, or you have to find, you know, every Saturday morning you have to watch this show.
Yes! Say it! Say it!
You have to connect with other like-minded people and push yourself to the limit. So it's a good question. The shift is something that's really hard for most people, and the shift is something that it's the biggest fear for pre-entrepreneurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have this great idea. I really want to build this business, but oh gosh, I'm working. I'm in my job. I can't leave my job. How can I leave my job and work for myself? It really is. That's the question of the century, right? It's like, how do I shift from being an employee to being the employer of other people? So, yeah.
So did you do both for a period of time before you just dropped?
I did for a period of time. My story's a little bit different because I also left to start a PhD. But as I was working on my PhD at the University of Michigan, I was also working my internet business. The reason I was doing my PhD is because I wanted to be a professor, until I went and sat down with my professor and asked him how much money he made. And when he told me the amount of money he made, I was like, in a month? And he said, yes, no. I said, in a month or a year? He said, no, that's my yearly salary. And I'm thinking to myself, I made more than that in a month, right? His whole yearly salary. So I shifted from the mindset of being, my whole life was dedicated to, you know, high grades so that I could be a professor. My mindset of being that professor was totally, you know, crumbled when I discovered internet marketing, and then I could work for myself and do this myself. But I'm still a professor in some sorts because I teach people all the time, but I teach them in a different way, in my own business and my own passion.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Thanks.
Woo, I bet the audience is going, Billy is on fire this morning. Look at him. It's been a while since we heard Bill say that much. Okay, that's cool.
Hey, you know
Wow.
what? Whenever I'm spoken to, I speak up. So
That's 2 shows in a row, bro. Wow. I love it.
You guys are funny.
Oh, Alicia, tell us how we can find you, how our audience can find you and connect with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Find me on Facebook. Ask me any question you want. Inbox me. Tell me you were on this show, and I will help you with anything that you need in your business. You can also go to my website and click on Contact Me and email me. I would love to help you with anything that you need. My website is my name, which is alicialyttle.com. ALICIA, Little with a Y, LYTTLE. .com, and send me a message. So I would love to help you guys. Any questions that you have, I thank you guys so much for having me on. This is a great show. You're full of energy. How much coffee did you have this morning?
I don't drink coffee. Bill doesn't either.
I don't either.
no.
We're just full of life. We're happy and we're excited. I think we're blessed I don't think, I know we're blessed to be a part of something big here, you know, and it's just awesome how these guests and people like you at the caliber you are, we're able to connect with you, and this is so awesome, and I want to just keep it going because I know the stories that you have told us and from other speakers who have come on the show, our audience is getting this, and if they're missing it out and not watching it, they're missing it. They need to go back and watch this because this is powerful stuff. This is true, live, real people and that we can see that's telling their stories, and we know that, you know, if you cut yourself, you're going to bleed. If I cut myself, I'm going to bleed, and we are humans, and we can do it if we just basically get ourselves out there and listen to what you're saying and follow your footsteps. Wow. Is there anything else you want to leave with us? I mean,
yes, I want to leave you two guys with something. So the show is absolutely awesome. I think you should definitely take it to the next level financially with, and whoever's listening to this, I just want them to hear the model that I'm thinking about. So you could take this 1 hour interview, these 1 hour interviews you do, chop them up into 5 pieces because I'm thinking about udemy.com right now, and they need the video to 5 pieces. The video has to be a total of 5 sections, 30 minutes or more. You've got the 30 minutes or more already. Chop it up into 5. Get it transcribed. Get someone to take the transcripts and make workbooks for each of the 5 pieces and upload them into Udemy because you're doing the work here already. Why not take that and do something else with it as well? So it's like repurposing the content. Transcribe it as well and put it in Amazon. Put it as an Amazon Kindle. An average interview of 1 hour will get you about 40 to 45 pages in a Kindle book. So why not do it? Edit it out. Take out some of the stuff that makes people, you know, that we're talking about it being so live. Edit that stuff out and make some Kindle books, and you'll have content like this all over the place, right? So wow. I really recommend that you take your your Saturday morning cup of Joe and monetize it in as many different ways as you can. After you do Udemy, there's another site called Coursemos and Learn Social. There's other sites that you can take it on, but you know, you guys are doing some really good stuff here. You're already spending the energy doing it, so take the content, repurpose it, and turn it into more money for you.
Shouts out to David Sloss and Timothy Craggett. Just the other day, I was asking them two. I was like, dude, I'm ready to take this show to the next level. And I can't believe you just said that because they were like, they're on the same page with you. I'm like, okay.
Great.
All right. It's on now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Alicia, thank you so much for joining us. You are so amazing. You have a nice story. I'm so glad your business is booming, and I'm sure it will keep growing and growing because you're unstoppable. No one can stop you. And that's by the way, you're #1 quarterback. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right. You are the starting quarterback. All right. I love it. All right, Bill, is there anything else you'd like to say, Bill?
Nope, that's it, guys.
All right, I love it. Well, guys, have a great Saturday. Have a great week. Believe in yourself. Believe in the people around you. Keep moving no matter what you face today. Keep moving. All right, Alicia, thank you once again. Guys, we'll talk to you next week. If you want to watch the replay, go to SaturdayCupOfJoe.com/live and you'll see the replay. And of course, we'll have some links for Alicia's website and Facebook in her bio as well. And thank you, Rebecca, once again for putting this on. Love you, girl. Love you, Alicia. Bill, I love you. Guys, I love you all. We'll talk to you soon, all right? Y'all have a great day.
Bye, Rebecca. Thanks.